Hey, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing? My name is Bill. Welcome back to my channel. I want to start out today by thanking my subscribers who are subscribing to my channel. Without you, it doesn't mean much, but knowing that I am getting a couple of subscribers here and there, it's kind of neat. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys that are subscribing and throw some likes on my channel and share this so we can get this channel to grow. It's fun doing these, but it's also going to be nice if I can get my channel to grow more. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys that have subscribed to my channel and do hit the thumbs up, the like, and all that other stuff. So I want to start out by saying thank you all. All right, so the last video I did, all the videos I did before were all about the laser machine. And then the last video I put out, I was trying to change it up a little bit and go over my Jimitsu CNC machine. It's a smaller one. It's not a big machine, but it does fairly well for what I'm trying to do with it. So I'm going to go over a catch-all tray. I'm going to use it probably for like cheese and crackers and pepperoni. Footballs, Super Bowl's getting ready to come up. I'm a Steeler fan, so I'm going to make mine out of a football helmet, and then I'm going to put the Steelers logo and some stuff on the inside on the bottom part of it, engrave that in there. I'm going to give it a try and see what it does. But me being a Steeler fan, I'm going to use Steelers, obviously. But you can put if you decide to do this yourself, you can put any team logo that you want in your own and customize it any way you want to do it. I just found a pattern on the internet, brought it in, changed it up, worked on it a little bit, and went ahead and put that all together. So today's video is going to be on the football helmet, and it's going to be on the Steelers. So the bits I'm using the 3.75 end mill, flat nose, I'm sorry. These I got from Saint Smart when I did get my machine. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted some of these bits to try out. I could get this or a Wi-Fi adapter or something like that. So these bits I'm going to be using are all from Saint Smart. This one is, let me put my eyes on. The one I'm going to be using for the logo part is going to be 1.0. It's a nano blue coated. And like I said, the one for all the rest of it's going to be the 3.175 flat nose. I did get a bunch of these from them. I am not sponsored by them. It's just a promotion that they had going. So please don't think I was sponsored by it. I'm trying to push their stuff. It's just what I have, and I want to use them, and that's what I'm going to use today. So I'm gonna put this one with the Steelers helmet and cross our fingers and hope that it goes well. I've been working on this for a week now and changing settings and doing different things on it, trying to get this to come out right. It's been a challenge because, I started out with a CNC, but quickly went into the laser machine and just got back into the CNC, like I said in my last video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and go to my channel and look up that video. It's just going over some bits and different things that and the CNC machine that I am using. So I already have my wood on the work plane. It's already tightened down, and I have it all ready to go. So I'm going to jump onto the other computer, and I'm going to bring on the other camera. All right, so hold on a second. Now, like I said, I'm using candle. That's what I'm using, is candle. And the candle is the one that I use. I'm still learning it, still messing with it, but that's what I am using. This is a Bauer router, and it is the Jimitsu 4040 Reno machine. Like I said, you watch my last video, you'll be able to see what that is. But I already have it probed, and I already have it homed. So my machine has homing, and I did home this machine. So it's all homed and it's all probed. All I got to do is hit send, and it's going to go ahead and send it and start. It is going to get loud, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably put music, edit it. When I do my editing, I'll put music in there so you don't have to sit there and listen to this. I have a shop vac for my dust extraction for right now, and I have the Bauer is quite loud. But we're going to go ahead and get it started. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send. was the first pass I did. What I do, and like I said, I'm still learning all this. I'm still messing with it. But what I like to do is I'll do the first one as more of aggressive roughing. It'll clear out more of the more of what it's going to clear out. Now I have a fine pocket pass. It's going to go down in, and it's going to clear out about 2 millimeters worth. What's going to be the step over is going to be a whole lot closer. It's going to be the same bit, but I'm going to slow it down and get it to go through that next bit. All you got to do is hit send, so I'm going to swap you back over. I got to put the other file in the in here real quick in Candle. Give me a second. That was the roughen pocket. Now I'm going to do the fine pocket. So it's going to be a lot closer step over. It's going to take a little bit longer, but it should produce a nice clean, virtually little sand in it all. All right, here we go. All right, so that's the fine pass that I put on it. Looks like I probably could have went a little bit closer with my step over, but it's okay. It looks pretty okay. Very little sanding would really be needed on it, but you could sand it a little bit. But now with my machine is a belt driven, so you go to change your bit, and if you get, let me take this dust shield off quick. If you get a little bumping or a little move of that gantry, you just lost your whole coordinates of your whole machine. But I was watching another fellow, James Dean Designs, and he came up with a thing that works really, really well with it. It's G30, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to change this bit real quick. And remember, this is just the way I do it. This is not the only way to do it. It's just the way I do it. I'm learning as I go. But this is how I do it. I don't put my bits in real tight. The reason I don't is because before, if you moved it that little bit, you jumped a tooth, you lost all your coordinates. You would never get it back into where you need it to be. So I don't put my bits in very tight. Now I'm going to grab my 1.0 blue-coated, nano blue-coated, and I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to show you what you got to do here in a minute. Once you do jump your tooth and you do use that G30, I'm going to show you what you do to fix that. We grab the right wrench. All right, that should be tight enough for that. Now, first thing you want to do is you're going to want to home your machine. That's the first thing you have to do because you jumped the tooth, so you have to home your machine. So I'm going to go ahead and home the machine. And after every bit change, I would do this anyway, just to make sure that, you spend all your time cutting up. This is a small scale one. It's only 6 inches by 5 inches, I think is what it was. But if you're doing a big sign, 16 by 16 sign, and you jump that tooth on it, you just lost that whole time of doing it, the whole piece of material. So you want to home your machine now. So your machine is homed every time. That's what I do. Now I'm going to go back to my computer. I'm going to type in the G, enter, and now it's going to take me right back to my coordinates to where this job started. Now, you want to rehome your machine because you did change your bit. It's a different height. So now you do want to rehome your machine. And let's go ahead and, I'm not rehome, I'm sorry. You want to Z-probe your machine. All right, that's it for that. Now, I need to load my other toolpath in Candle. And what I have now I'm going to do is, it's called, it's just what I named it as, which would be called Logo. And it's going to engrave the Steeler emblem, the part of the helmet where the face mask would be. She's going to put a little line around that. Like I said, the Steeler emblem, and then the back part, and then ear hole. So we have this, we rehomed the machine. We did the Z probe on it again to make sure we got the right height since we did change the bit. Now what we need to do is just go ahead and hit send. I loaded the new software in Candle, and now I'm going to make some more noise. All right, so that's the logo part of it, and switch cameras. And there's some things I would have definitely done differently on that part there. Like I said, this is the first one of my. I was actually able to get it to really get the right depths of it and get the correct tool paths right. Excuse me, but I would definitely have done things a little bit different. I probably would have used, instead of a 0.1. I think the only other smallest one I have is 0.8, and I don't even think that would have really done it very well. But when I show you at the end, you're going to see it has the Steelers that's written out. You can't even see it. It's just a glob. So you really can't see what it is. All the rest of it did come out really nice with it. So I'm real happy with that. Now, I got to change the bit, and I got to do the cutout part for it for the outer tool path. And we're going to go ahead and change that bit real quick. I'm going to go back to the 3.175 bit for that. Is what we're going to go back to. And like I said, you have to, once you change your bit, you know you're going to have to redo the Z probe to make sure that you get the right height of it. Otherwise, you'll just mess it all up. I've done that before. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rehome it. While it's rehoming, I want to put my last toolpath in Candle. And like I said, that's going to be the cutout. So that'll be the last toolpath. I have it in there ready to go. I want to hit, once again, in the selection there, I'm going to hit G30, enter, and that's going to bring it right back to my coordinates where it needs to be. Now, like I said, you still have to do your Z probe. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up the Z probe. A lot of people, they do the paper method. I do not do that. I have the Z probe, and this is exactly what I'm going to use on every job. Let's go ahead and do the Z probe real quick. All right, that is finished, completed. Now, all there's left to do is just hit the send. With this, it is going to get a little dusty, so I will put my dust shoe back on there. But I'm going to go ahead and get started again. It's going to get loud, so let's make some noise. So that's it right there. That's where I'm going to stop it at. Reason why I do that is I don't put the tabs and all down. What I'll do is I'll take it on my planer, and I'll just take that upside down and plane it down real slow till I get it to where it's cut out. I mean, definitely tabs and all that, but just for today, I didn't do that. But that is it. For that, I'm going to shut this off, move this up out of the way. And let's take this down and let's take a look and see what we got. Now, with a little bit of sanding, of course, it would look a whole lot nicer. But, you know, I'm not a professional at this. And the more I do it, the better I will get at it. It's just a matter of just repetition, time, learning, going over that learning curve. The more you do something, obviously, the better off you'll get. Now, when you look at this piece of wood, you're going to see the top. Don't look at the top, because the top is where I did the backside, where I tried to do one before. So all I did is, rather than waste the piece, I flipped it over and then put it on that. And you can see what it looks like without any sanding done to it. So you got your logo, then you got your piece down over here. That's the back part of the helmet, and then you got your ear hole, and then of course where the face mask is. You can see the little grooves in where the face mask is. I'm gonna hold it still for you. So that's that. I'm gonna take this to the planer, take it down, but of course you're gonna have to get sandpaper, and you're gonna have to sand a little bit of it to get some of those little burrs and stuff out of it. Being as I'm going to use this for food, you don't want to use you don't want to use paints or anything like that on it. What I use is I have food grade mineral oil, and I have a little bucket. I'll fill that up with whatever amount, a little bit higher than what the depth of the wood is, and then I'll put that in there, submerge it in there for an hour or two, and then take it off, clean it all off, and dry it. This way it is safe to eat off of. This is just pine. Pine is cheap, easy to get. So when I just do my little test stuff, this is what I would use. But if I was going to make this for myself, which I am going to, but I would not use pine. I would use probably oak or something like that. A nice, heavy, hard piece of wood. But as you see, I did have the test from before, and rather than waste it, I just flipped it over and put it on there. So you do see where it did have a little bit of a cutout up in the top up here, where it did cut some of that out. But this is just a little demonstration. This is not the one that I'm going to make for myself and my eyes. But the Steeler part that wrote in there, the part that wrote Steelers, probably a 90-degree V-bit would do a whole lot better looking at. You would notice it a lot better. But then you would just have to take a little bit of time just sanding out some of the burrs and things like that to get it to get cleaned out. And that's all you would have to do, just sand over it. But that's it. That's it for today. I'm going to get this cut out. I'm going to sand it down a little bit. No sense in showing you. Everyone knows how to sand. So I'm going to get it cut out, plain, to get it to where I can get this off. And I'll sand it down a little bit better, and then I'll drop a picture at the end and let you see what she look like when it's done. But like I said, this is just a small scale one, just for video purposes. When I do make my own, it's going to be out of oak wood, and it's going to be much, much bigger, and it'll come out a whole lot nicer. But that's it. Like I said, I used the Saint Smart bits. Not sponsored by them. There are way better bits out there than what that is. It's just what I had that was free, and I figured I'd give it a try and use it. So I think that's kind of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said at the beginning, I really appreciate the subscribers that I am getting. And drop some likes and some comments. This is my way of doing it. It's not the only way, and it's not there's people out there that know way more. I'm just getting back into it. So if you got a comment to make things easier, just let me know. But all in all, Super Bowl's coming up. Don't know if the Steelers are going to make it. I hope they are. They're on a 4-game skid right now, so they're not playing very well. But this playoffs. Playoffs is everyone's 0-0. So you gotta bring your A game, bring out your best. And 3 to 4 teams that they lost could be possibly a Super Bowl champion. So they got to get back into that frame of mind and start playing a little better ball. But for me, I'm gonna enjoy this when I make mine here. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna sit there and watch the game, and I'm gonna enjoy that little project. So I hope you got something out of it. If you did, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But I appreciate you all. Like I said, this was on the Jimitsu Reno 4040. It's a beginner CNC machine, but it does okay. It does okay. It has the belt driven, which if you got more money, you definitely want to get something that's not belt driven, but you get what you can afford, and you work towards getting something better. But it was fun. I appreciate you all. Thank you.